How's it going? You know what I really love? Street Fighter 3. It has parries, hype moments, everything you could need. What could it possibly be missing? Maybe Urien doing a Our Geyser Super. And if you already guessed that, then you might know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Street Fighter 4th Strike. A ROM hack of Street Fighter 3 made in 2013 by some Japanese hackers. But just thought it would be cool to have a more balanced, sold as the fair version of Street Fighter 3. Did they succeed in this? In this video, I'm going to try and figure that out. I'm going to showcase some characters. I'm going to be talking about the things that I find interesting about them. I'm going to skim over some of the smaller things, like if something's been changed from -3 to -4. You know, just if I don't talk about your main, I don't know. Look in the description for the Google Doc which shows all the changes. Or, if you really feel like it, comment down below and ask for a follow-up video. Okay, now let's talk about our first character that has been heavily changed, and that would be my good man Ken. Ken has received, firstly, a really interesting change, a really nice change to his target combo. Now, on hit, it'll force stand. And this is, let me just show this to you. Having the opponent crouch. See? Didn't used to do that before. That used to fall out. I believe that used to fall out. Not sure. Secondly, I'm not goated enough to land double light DP. Just trust me when the Google Doc says its damage has been nerfed. So that's a nerf, and that's a small nerf to light DP. Yeah, it would be visible. It would be more notable if I could get. Oh, I got it. I got double DP. Yes, that is the damage on that has been nerfed. Before that would shred your life bar. Now it's gonna just dice it slightly, hurt you a little bit. You know, some nerfs. But let's keep on with the nerfs. First of all, you're gonna notice what happened to my fireball. Why am I Dan? What is wrong with the world? Heavy goes the shortest, light goes the farthest. This is not going to change Ken's combo game at all. Before, you would only use this as a way of connecting your target combo into your super, and it should still fulfill the same purpose. But it is notable. It is very notable. But now that you've seen that our poor boy, our poor struggling top tier Ken has received some nerfs, what possible buffs has he received to make up for this? First of all, it's his EX move. His EX moves. EX Fireball, unlike these terrible fireballs, now it goes extremely slowly and lingers on the screen for a very long time. You can chase after this thing. Now that is a pressure tool. That is just what you're gonna do. What you're gonna do. That thing stays on the screen for an eternity. You can chase it in. You can, and that you can combo off of it if you're good. Like, you have to be really good. Good enough to land double DP mid-screen. I'm not that good, but maybe you are. So that's the first notable change to his special moves. What's another notable change? Well, you love his Tatsus, right? Look at that now. It goes. It's basically an air dash. All versions of his Tatsus act like this. I don't know how you could ever hit a grounded opponent with this. Unless you're fighting maybe Yugo. You're not gonna be hitting any grounded opponents with this. This is either a movement tool or an air-to-air option. What about his godlike, amazing EX Tatsu? The dive kick that hits multiple times and launches into combo. Same thing. Now it just travels across the entire screen. You can just fly. Take to the sky, Ken. Take to the sky. So that's a pretty funny change. Would be pretty good in air-to-air exchanges. I'm sure some combo fiends out there can find some absurd stuff of that. I'm not good enough to find anything amazing. But someone out there, show me the sauce. I want to see it. So, now that you've seen what they've done to it, some of his core specials, what have they changed as well? And what other core specials have they changed? Well, one, EXTP is now a Shoyu Rekka. That is just a cool animation change, really. It adds some, I believe, extra damage. It's gonna be used in the exact same way it was used as before, with tacking on extra damage into a combo, or just as a chip kill. So that's a nice buff. But the biggest buff overall is his brand new special move, Crazy Kicks. You're seeing that correctly. Ken has the power of the flaming foot. Its feet launch flames, baby. So. Light is a mid hit. Medium, hits overhead. And heavy. So straight up just knocks down. Extremely fast. Like you have time to just chase them across the entire screen if this hits. And you'll still be plus. This move is amazing. How are they on block? Well, as you can see, medium is terrible on block. You never want to have this blocked. Light is also terrible on block. You never want to have this blocked. Heavy, oh please tell me we can break the string. Heavy is a guard break. A guard crush. Something entirely new to Force Strike. A few other moves also have this property. But this is really interesting for Street Fighter III. Leaves you at a +1. You can go for a throw. Cheat kill throw. You can try and do a mix-up. Try a high-low mix-up. The world's your oyster. The only downside is that Heavy has the slowest startup of all of them. So that's something to keep in mind. But how does this help my combo game, you may ask? Well, here's the thing. It doesn't. That's pretty much the most consistent way of landing this. It will fall out if you try and do target combo into it. You're not comboing it, please. You can't combo into the medium one, and you sure as hell cannot combo into the heavy one. It would be kind of broken if you could. And for EX, it doesn't have one. You get a little fake out knee. A little bit of a feint. which is, good enough. I would say good enough. But now that we've talked about, his new specials, his new normals, how they've entirely reinvented parts of the character, let's talk about his supers, the thing you really came here to see. First, we got Super 2. This is the super with one of the biggest changes. All of the supers have majorly been reworked. But this one is really cool. I just want you to see it. Check this out. Mashing does nothing. But yeah, that is the coolest looking super. And that's one of the coolest looking supers. This game has a bunch of really cool looking supers. But that is just a very interesting super. Beyond that, it's improved massively over Super 2, as in the meter has been shortened, so now you can actually build it within a single round. Before, that was super hard to do, so you would never pick the super. And it has all of the same drawbacks as Super 2, I believe, as in there are some combos where it just is not going to land. Partial connect. Check. Yeah. Partial connect. Woo. You lose a major amount. You lose a good amount of damage on that. But by default, it's going to be doing 66. If you get a partial connect, you're going to be looking at 30 damage, which is not good for a super. Not that good. But what about his other supers? How have they been changed? Well, let's look at Super 1. Super 1 has been overhauled as well. Let's go with it. Now you can see it holds 2 stocks. Before it was a Shuri Repo. Can do multiple Shurikens. Now Ken just does a Do Burst from Sean. He just stole this move straight from Sean. Ken, it's not fair to steal from the lower. It's not fair to steal from the third world. You know this. Sean needs his Shuri Repo. Unlike Sean's Do Burst, this does multiple hits, but it only stacks 2. A bit of a trade-off, but overall, I think Ken will like having the super. It gives him something to do in Fireball Wars, now that his own Fireball has been nerfed. Beyond that, as a combo tool, it's not as great as any of his other supers. Yeah, not the best damage for a combo. No, it's nice that it holds multiple stocks. That is genuinely great. But now that I've talked about, the supers that no one ever picks on Ken, let's talk about Ken's best super. The super we all play Ken for. And that's the godlike Super 3. Don't we all love you, Super 3? And that's right. If you know anything about Ken, you'd probably immediately notice that that's wrong. Super 3 is now a 2-stock super, with a very nice bar, but still, it used to be free. Still the best whiff punishing super in the entire game. Easiest thing to confirm to in the entire, almost the entire game, outside of Chun-Li's super, really. But now it's heavily nerfed by the fact that it's only a 2-bar super, not a 3-bar super. So, in what position does this leave our best friend, everyone's favorite Shoto, America's favorite man, favorite Shoto man? Well, I believe his rushdown playstyle is still intact, and it's been somewhat reinforced by now. He's not as good as an all-rounder as he used to be. He's more separated from Ryu than he. Overall, I like this movement. I like this direction for for Ken. I like this direction for Ken. I think it's quite neat. Rapid. Urian got some really cool changes in my opinion, but he also didn't get changed that much. First of all, his character selection portrait is different. A very small change, but meaningful to someone, I guess. And next thing, down medium punch. The startup is faster. That's great. Everyone loves that. They also gave him this. This is a new animation. They took this from Second Impact. I don't know why this matters. It's down forward medium punch. It's not that different from his normal medium down forward. It's actually -5. What the fuck? Why would you give him this? This is a nerf. This is a subtle nerf. If you hold down forward and medium punch, you're -5. Fuck you, I guess. It's weird. Next, let's look at his specials. And there's that. This now scales harder in combos. I can't, for the life of me, combo into this fucking thing. I don't play Urian. I don't do Urian. Urian is hard. I don't play him. Just if you can do the tackle loops, this is gonna scale harder. Similar thing with Ken's double DP. It scales harder. But I actually play a little bit of Ken, so I know how to do double DP. I have no idea how to do tackle loops. Next thing! This new target combo he got. There we go. Forward, medium, heavy kick. That's kind of cool. Not special cancelable, so it'll probably be better in some of his setups. Most notably his mirror, or like his Aegis reflector setup, so probably like having this target combo. Beyond that, I don't really see it having much any more of a use. Secondly, this target combo can be done. It says it can be done in the neutral, but I've not really seen. I don't really understand what they mean by that, because this does not naturally combo. It doesn't naturally follow on itself. So that is a change. But let's get to the actual cool stuff. You know? Like his actual buffs. Metallic Sphere. Now takes longer to fully charge. This is meaningless. Metallic Sphere fully charged doesn't actually do much. It's fully charged Metallic Sphere just doesn't do any different amount of damage. It's actually minus, but what this new charged up version allows you to do is this. You could just straight up dash out of that shit. Once you see the electricity, you can just dash. Now this is amazing. Say, it speaks for itself. Are you all the way over there? Well, I'm gonna get all the way into your business. truly, that is a cool nerf, and that's a cool buff, if you ask me. One of the sickest. Second is EX Fireball. Now, it takes a lot less time to recover. It used to be that you did this move and you were stuck there and had recovery forever. No longer the case. Next pretty cool buff they gave Urian. Last hit of EX Knee actually knocks down. They didn't used to do that before. There was no reason to ever use EX Knee. None whatsoever. If anyone ever told you there was, they were lying. They're dirty, dirty liars. They don't really love you. So now that EX Knee is more like the other knees, let's talk about a big change. And that's his supers. They've all been changed heavily. Not all, no, actually just two. Super 1's damage distribution is better. That one does most of its damage in the first few hits. This is very useful for Urian, but I don't really feel like it's necessary to show you. Because I'm lazy. I'm a lazy man. Next I'm going to talk about the actual cool thing. And that is his Super 2 got a new version. Before, Super 2 was, let me just do, it's just a big ass fireball. Does a lot of hits, seems pretty cool. It's universally considered his worst super. The worst super he has. Because Super 1 is a reversal, and Super Free is the thing where the entire character is based around being Aegis Reflector. Super 2 has no purpose. It's a big fireball for a character, but it has terrible zoning. It's not that good. But let's talk about a buff that it receives, and that's this. That's, in case you didn't know, that's his, that's a brand new super done by inputting down 3 times and 2 punches. Very similar to KKZ. I call it Urian's Kaiser weight. Kaiser weight. It requires 2 stacks of meter, so it's not cheap in the slightest, and also it's unparryable. Unparryable. Let's say yeah, unparryable, and hits full screen, baby. There is nowhere on the screen where this will not hit. Full screen, unparryable super. Now, ain't that something? That is insane. Truly a war crime if I've ever seen one. And I've seen many. But, you know, it's all fun and games, but the problem with the super is you can't special cancel into it. And yeah, comboing into this thing is extremely hard. You could probably find some. You could probably find something on. You could probably find a combo video on YouTube showing you how to combo into it. Trust me now, this thing is not easy to fucking combo into. It's more of a setup tool. If you know your opponent isn't blocking, yeah, it's a low by the way. Yeah, no. Watch your fucking toes because you're coming from full screen. Punching the earth. Punch the earth. Teach it a lesson. He's gonna fucking get you. So watch your toes, boys and girls. Pretty sick super. Hard, you can't combo into it, but you can do several setups into it. See, but I don't know because I don't competitively play this game because no one competitively plays this game. It's pretty dead. I feel alone in this Fightcade lobby. I feel alone. So yeah, that's everything Urian got. In my opinion, he seems pretty cool. But it is truly a shame that this super called just for fun, Titan Riot. Great game. It's just not going to be used in competitive play. Not that often. Because it requires 2 stacks of meter, meaning you can't do an EX move and this. You kind of have to choose. Do I want to do my EX headbutt? Or, you know, my newly buffed EX fireball? Do I want to do this? Or do I want to do this damn super? Like, two stacks of meter is a lot to ask for. Another problem is the opportunity cost. You're losing super free, which, may I remind you, has several unblockable setups. Several. So, yeah, you're kind of losing half of the fun of the character. But this super is really, really cool. That's all I can say. Look at that! It's awesome. So yeah, Urian is going to stay mostly the same. Some characters will change around him, but I think Urian will probably stay the exact same on the tier list. That's all. Yang. We all love Yang. He's pretty fun. He's like Yun, but better at every single way. In case you didn't know, 4-stripe Yang is absurd. He's absurdly fun. I've been having a really fun time living this character out. He's gotten almost no... Actually, he's gotten no nerfs whatsoever. This man is winning bigly. He can't stop winning. He can't stop fucking winning, my man. Let's talk about some of the fucking wins with his normals. Force standing medium punch can now be cancelled into supers. That's this thing. Yeah. It's -1 on hit. It's not the greatest. Not the greatest. Maybe you can get it into Super 2, but even then, you're not picking Super 2 to do the fucking super. We all know that. That's a fact. This video is going to be short because Yang did not get that many changes, but the changes he did get, oh, they're going to be fun. So yeah, for standing, if you do it by accident, you might be able to confirm it to super. I haven't been able to find it. You can't really. It's not that easy. But let's look at the next change that he's gotten. Close standing heavy punch now has a guard point. That's an entirely new system. Basically just, it's a little bit invincible, like an auto block. It's hard to show, just, it just is invincible on like the first 2 frames. For like 2 frames, there's like a little bit of invincibility there. It means it'll beat trades. Like, it won't trade with other normals as often, which is pretty good because this normal is pretty nice. It's a pretty nice normal. But Yeah, let's go to his new stuff. Oh, well, we have to talk about a small nerf that he got to his command grab. You know, the twins have this really cool backflip command grab. Like, if I could just remember. Oh, yeah. You know, combo starter, mix up tool, the whole shebang. Well, this had its startup increased from 26 to 32. It, it's big, it's small but noticeable. Not the greatest. Not the greatest. That is not a win. I'll have to give you that. But then he also got a new move. Ooh, a new fancy move. What could this new fancy move be? Ooh, I love it. New fancy moves. It's EX command grab. EX command grab. Oh, yeah. EX command grab. It's pretty, yeah, no, it works exactly as old command grab. It's basically, oh yeah, you like command grab before it got nerfed? Well, here it is, but just cost meter to do it. Sad. Sad. I think I misspoke before when I said startup. It's actually whiff that got increased. But those changes, those things can stay in. Yeah, it's a little bit slower when you whiff it now. It's a little bit slower. It went from 26 on whiff to now it's 32 whiff. But you could just do the EX version, and then boom. That's not my, yeah. EX version is the old command grab. So that's pretty nice. But what else did our good friend Yang get? Well, you know, he got a new EX move. Not that. It's wrong. Yes. EX Palm, baby. This thing fucking wall bounces. It's awesome. This is something both of the twins got. Yun also got this, and I would argue Yun can probably use this better than Yang. Yang doesn't have that many great combos off launcher, but he got this. Before this, doing EX was just a feint. Yeah, used to be that. He still has that. That's now his light palm. So you can still do you can still mix your opponent up, but now you can also do big damage. Big damage if I can. Fucking. Okay, as I said, he doesn't have great stuff to do off launchers. You're getting that most of the time off this launcher. Cool that he has not the biggest change to his game plan. Let's talk about the even cooler shit. Because our boy Yang, Super's changed. Super 1, meter length shortened. What does this mean? It means you're gonna get Super 1 earlier. Super 1 isn't your best super at all. But now it is, because they added a different buff to it. A different, really, really fucking cool buff. But I'm saving up until I've talked about the fact that now you get Super 2's meter length shortened. Yay, but let's talk about the actual cool shit in the room. And that is, he has a new super. Cool. Let's talk about this new fucking super. Double quarter circle back punch. God damn it, why am I so shit at inputting this? Yeah. It's... let me give you a better explanation of it. It is essentially Ganaging from Yun, but works entirely different. Essentially what happens is he goes into an install that lasts for as long as you are inputting a direction. If I let go, it disappears immediately. Once you activate it, you have to use it. You can't just walk around with it. It will disappear. Meaning a giant waste of meter. So once you start doing it, you have to start inputting your combo. But it's pretty awesome because it gives you basically Street Fighter Alpha custom combos. And if you know anything about Street Fighter Alpha, you'd know those custom combos are sick. And that's what you get with my boy Yang. Oh, I dropped it. But you can essentially do multiple loops of Rekka. Multiple. Let's see how long I can get this baby to go. I dropped it at 10 hits. Hey, you wanna learn how to a fucking infinite? Oh my god! That's wrong! But oh yeah. So yes, this is the coolest super in the entire game now. Essentially activate it and gain access to custom combo. It's just so cool. Really. It's the cool factor alone speaks for itself. This is possibly one of my top 5 supers of Force Strike. As in just the I'm not very creative and functioning off way too much caffeine. So all I can think of is doing multiple Rekka series. But but if you wanted to, you could probably find some cool combos. Yeah, it does eventually run out by itself, but you'll probably have done so much damage off of this thing that it doesn't matter. So yes, this is possibly the most badass super they've ever thought of. Good job, random Korean or Japanese man that made this ROM hack. Good job. So yeah, that's the Yang video. Do I think this will change Yang? Yeah, no, exactly. Before, Yang's entire game plan was essentially convert into EX Rekka, profit off of the damage and stun potential. But now, his Super 1, which used to be his worst super, is now possibly his best super, as in you can just melt health bars with custom combo. Just melt them. I'm certain someone out there will find a combo so optimal that it will just break the game. They have given game warping power to one of my favorite characters in the game. Good on them. So yeah, check out Yang. He's really fun. And on to the next video. For the batches of videos that I'm doing now, this should be the last one. And it's all going to be about Makoto. Everyone's favorite, a very popular pick. And I'm sorry to say this, but this is going to be mostly nerfs. Makoto has committed many, many war crimes, and the developers of Force Strike have decided she must pay. She must pay for her fucking crimes. First nerf. Fort Dash. Best Fort Dash in the game. Look at the amount of screen you cover, combined with a nice command grab, but I suck at comboing after. Is a really good tool. It's a really good tool to have. Now, if you get hit during this, you take an additional amount of damage. Same additional amount of damage you take when you get hit while crouching. So that, that's should help you if deal with Makotos that are just abusing the living hell out of this very fast dash. Next, standing heavy punch. Damage decreased from 24 to 20. Standing heavy punch. That's about it. The damage indicator. The damage indicator. shows that it's 14 damage instead, which I feel like it's probably just a difference in the calculation. That might be a different, or this fucking document I have is completely off. I'm following it. I'm blind without it. So, yeah, no, this got a damage reduction. It's sad, but yeah, she deserves it. Fuck her. Towards Light Punch. This thing. Look at that beautiful hitbox. Could you guess it decreased from 4 frames to 3? This is actually a tiny, almost imperceptible buff. She now has a free framer in a game where free framers don't really matter. Wow. Good for you, Makoto. Good for you. You're already the best one of the best characters in the game. And now you get buffed. Good. That doesn't really matter. Towards medium kick. Startup decreased from 17 to 15. Oh god, I was wrong. I was wrong. These are buffs. These are all buffs. She's gonna become the best character in the whole game. Oh, it's this normal. Oh, you never do this normal. No, this normal is god awful. Oh yeah, no, they could have made this thing do double damage. It's terrible. It's -3 on hit. Yeah, it moves you forward. Just nice, you know. I'm sure you can probably use this in some sort of like, it's not in a combo, maybe in a Kara throw. Maybe you can Kara throw with this thing, but this normal is not your best whatsoever. Nice movement, but beyond that, this thing, oh wow, the startup decreased. That's nice. To a button that she never wants to use. Cool. Because it's slow and gives you nothing. Next, go to the next thing. Okay, that's the end of the normals. Let's go to target combo. Standing light kick into standing medium kick. This. You don't really do this most of the time. This is kind of just a, oh, I'm in the range for a light kick, may as well get that extra damage. No. It's a good interrupt. And now, damaged increase from 14 to 18. So now you might actually want to go for this more often. Good for her. Target combo. Set forward medium kick into neutral medium kick. Into neutral heavy kick. Let's. Are you fucking with me? Oh, that's. Oh my god, she has that? I have never seen this in my life. God fucking damn it. This is some shit. Top Makoto players don't do that stuff. They don't do that. They don't do that. They don't do that. Essentially with this, let me explain you, good ladies and gentlemen, on why you would not do that. First, the forward medium kick, as I said before, gives you barely anything, and it has very slow startup. And the ability to chain into that is not good because you just, because actually getting this thing to hit is rare. So what the change is, you can now, instead of having this thing have to hit, you can sort of cancel it before it hits. Let me just try and fucking show it to you. Yeah, like that. Little sort of feint into the forward heavy kick. Into the heavy kick. That's neat. I think that's pretty cool. Gives her a little bit of a mix-up game off of normals that she doesn't use that much. Heavy kick. This, like, that move. This move. Great. No problem. No problem in the world. The wonderful move. Everyone loves it. Look at her kick that shit. But this thing you're not really care about. But now... Oh god damn it, I hate it. I hate some of the inputs for this character. But yeah. So that's about all the changes for her normals and her target combos. Does it seem like not much? Yeah, it's not. Makoto did not get much in this game whatsoever. Let's go to our specials. Karakusa is a command grab. Command grab. You can combo off it. You understand? Command grab. Total grab animation duration reduced. Active frames for all of her versions. I'm not gonna read specifics, but just they've reduced active frames on their whiffs. You know, understandable. Increased the stun damage of all of them, pretty much. Oh no, their stun damage was decreased because it's Nerf O'Clock. Their stun damage has been decreased from 9 to 5. All of them. I don't know why didn't they make them different numbers. I don't know, they could have made them different numbers, be fun. But it doesn't matter. And successfully doing them no longer build super. Let's go to our meter just to show that they don't build super anymore. They used to. Nothing. This builds super. This doesn't. This used to. It used to build a lot of super. So yeah, that's a nerf to the command grabs. They no longer build super, and they have reduced stun, and they're not as active. They don't have as many active frames. For character with the best movement in the game, command grab, which you can combo off of, is a little bit too good. So nerfing it makes sense. I respect that. But she got a new thing. How great is that? An EX command grab. Yep. It's legitimately 7 frame startup, 4 active frame. That's all. That's all, folks. That's all. That. Yeah, I'm I always want to go for the light. So yeah, you just get like your old command grabs got nerfed, so now you have an EX one for shits and giggles, I guess. What else do we have? Well, now that we're talking about specials, we gotta go to our axe kicks. Yeah, this is this is another thing what makes her fighting Makoto annoying. She can just change her air direction. Fuck me. Fuck you. You thought you were gonna anti-air me one way, I'm gonna anti-air you. Shit like that. So what did they change about this? Damage decreased. All of them. Flat on. Light version decreased by 4 points. They've all been decreased in 4 points of damage. Not that big of a change. Overall, Makoto's changes have been, small but noticeable. Not nothing too great. Okay. Then we have Orochi. This thing. The EX version, damage decreased as well. It's a sad day, Makoto fans. Decreased by 4 because they loved 4. 4 is their favorite fucking number in Street Fighter 4th Strike. But, you know, don't worry. Makoto did receive something cool. Check this out. Yeah, she got a counter. Double down punch. Tap 2 twice and call punch later in the morning. Pretty easy. It's a cool animation though. It catches attacks aimed at the mid section or lower. Can I show this? Yeah! Okay, I'm gonna edit out all of that, but just for the people that want to know, it was annoying going through the settings, but I found it. Damn! That is a cool animation. Borrowed from her super, which leads me into my next topic, the supers. Firstly, Super 1. Saishin Godenzuki. Okay, since Seswan Shaw's God Hand over here says pretty much recovery after hit corrected. Recovery after hit corrected. What does that mean? Who knows? This PDF is older than some of the people that watch this video. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? You don't. You just don't. Makoto just does her big punch combo. And this is what you get for not studying your Makoto combos. This is what you get. But, okay, just so you know, Makoto, this thing got, oh yeah, reduced damage in combos. Super Free is a classic, some might say. Install Super. And if you don't know it already, you get a damage buff, but you can no longer block. Damage buff, but no longer buff and blocking. Yeah, most Makoto players don't pick it unless they got the sickest of combo skills. I'm telling you now. Yeah, like. You know, I'm just saying, you gotta have, but now, what it's done, meter length shortened, so it's easier to get, but I believe I'm not certain if that means it'll last less time, yeah, it means time, okay, let's say this in a way we can be comprehended. Meter length shortened, easier to get, but it's also duration reduced, not gonna last as long. It's okay, it's okay. An install super doesn't need to last long, it just needs to do damage when it actually goes off. Next, it provides extra benefit. Makoto no longer gets the crouch nerf. She no longer gets this little dash nerf of hers, where now she no longer takes damage if hit extra damage, but if she's hit during a crouch. It's pretty nice. That's a small thing, but it's good. It's a small thing, but it's good. Also, Karaku's active frames are restored to their original. So yeah, if you didn't like the nerfs that they gave Makoto, you could legitimately just use your super to get rid of her. How does that feel? Like, You just don't need to play with him. If you don't like those nerfs, you don't need to play with him, bitch. Yeah. But overall, I would say my final thoughts on Makoto is I like a lot of the things they done with Makoto. I think they tried toning her down a little bit, punishing her for dashing in your face constantly and just pushing the buttons and hurting you. You know, Makoto is a high tier, but specializes in crushing the hopes of low tier characters. So she's a little bit annoying, but she's always genuinely been good, and a lot of people play her, so they can't nerf her into the ground. They can't nerf her, but they had to tone her down, which I think they did, which is good. Overall good. I also think they gave her some cool new things. This new special, this is one of the most interesting specials I've seen from this game. I don't know. It's a really it seems like something she would have gotten in Omega Street Fighter 4. So yeah, I love Omega Street Fighter 4, and I love this. Pretty cool. Bah. Okay, so that was the first part of my deep dive into Street Fighter 4 Strike. Please subscribe, comment what you think about this series. Next, we're going to be looking at some other characters. Chun-Li might make an appearance in the next episode. Gonna have to subscribe to see that. If you like Chun-Li, if you don't like Chun-Li, then I don't know. Please subscribe. I promise. There'll be other cool things. 4 Strike has a lot of stuff. I highly recommend checking it out. That's half of the reason I made this video, so that you can see that 4 Strike is pretty cool. It's really fucking cool. So yeah, have a nice one. Please subscribe for more Ken's Weird Tatsu.